Hey, what's going on, everybody? Blaze here, coming at you with another Naruto Shinobi collection tier list. Alright, so it's been a while since I did a tier list, and somebody asked me to remake it, and not remake it, but redo it. Update it. I guess is a better word instead of redoing and remaking. Update it. We're going to update the tier list. I haven't done one in a while, so let's go on ahead and do one. Now, the units I put on here, are just a B, A, and an S tier. I didn't want to have my tier list too long, and I didn't want to separate it between LP and non-LP. That reason being is because I didn't want to have my tier list with the same characters over and over again, or remake it with a separate thing as you don't have it LP'd or you do, then you have it rainbowed and you don't, and then you have it with no rainbow or potential system buffs in it, but you have what's the name with the legendary awakening into it. So it would have divided it into too many different categories, and most people are just curious at just in general at max power, what can these units do. So these are all units with the rainbowed or gold frame and LP and all that stuff factored in at their most powerful, at their max. What could they do? And in their utility and all that other bull crap. So max power, what could they do? So let's start off right here. This Sasuke right here, 5th anniversary Sasuke, can get on my fucking nerves. Every time I see him, I get irritated because he could have been better. I was so hyped for him when he came out because the art was just amazing, and then they just completely shafted him. It just really is just a depressing state. Obito and a lot of these nun-type units you'll see scattered throughout this, they probably would be an S tier, but the problem is there's like no lot of a lot of S tier units out here to be worrying about. Not S tier units, but a lot of nun type units on the team. Like it's like Kaguya is like single handedly carrying this team. Not sure if you got this Madara and stuff maxed out with her and Izuna and Obito, but that's like not a lot of people have access to that. And not a lot of people have like Obito like zero costed and stuff. Actually, I could bump Kaguya up. I'm like thinking about it as I say it. You know what I mean? Like I'm like as I'm saying it, I'm thinking about it. I might actually bump Kaguya up. But I wish none had a better team. I'm fucking putting it together as I'm thinking. I'm still thinking about it. Like, you can tell I just put this tier list together. So I might, like I said, I may update it and make it go through several changes in the future. Next month, it'll definitely be a better one because it'll probably have more units on there, more 40 cost. I wanted to grab the most of the more prominent units that they've released lately, especially since they haven't really released a 40 cost in a while. Most of they've been releasing a 90 cost, so I wanted to have it the most prevalent or main units you think of in the last like 10 months or something like that. So that's kind of what I put on here. Like I said, next tier list bit will be a little bit better because I'll have it better formatted and updated, and I'll have a better idea of what I want to do. Back to the B tier, we got these guys. You got the Hashira and Madara. I don't use them at all. Like I have them gold frame and everything. I don't use them at all anymore. Jiraiya, I have Jiraiya on here twice by accident. I must have saved this picture twice. Then we got Pain. Pain might actually, maybe I could bump him up to A. I don't know. I'll think about that one later. Max powered LP, because he was actually proving to be pretty disgusting and nasty to deal with in 3v3. The Kizuna Itachi and the Kizuna Naruto, the Kizuna Sasuke's, they're really have dropped off and fallen off. I really don't really fear them too much anymore. Kizuna, Sasuke, and Itachi are still a little bit more of a problem than the Kizuna, Naruto, and Sasuke. They're not a problem at all anymore. Sasuke and Itachi are still pretty of a scary thing because of their Kizuna skill. The Kizuna skill pops off fast, like you see it in the showcase video, especially with Sasuke. It pops off fast and it can insta kill and Sasuke can get rid of terrains and stuff. So Sasuke has like a lot more utility and usability than Itachi. Itachi is like, if you don't have a Katsuki, why the fuck are you using him? Sasuke, you can make the excuse that you could use him. Nagato and Itachi, I didn't really like them when they first came out. I didn't summon them at all. Same thing with Tobirama and Izuna. They were really good when they first came out, but they really just, who cares about them? If you see them, who's worried about them? Deidara, you don't even level him up. He's pretty much just there to die. Sasuke and Orochimaru was such a fucking disappointment. These three were not friend units, but free units. Tsunade and Sakura, I only like them for their formation because it destroys terrains. I've said that multiple times. I only like them for their formation. It's the only reason I was even using them in PvP. It's the only reason I even gold framed them, so they wouldn't die immediately. I just wanted them simply for the formation of destroying a terrain. I didn't want to worry about people like fucking Godslayer Itachi right here's terrain. His terrain is irritating because if you have a terrain that it doesn't necessarily hurt the enemies, but it helps out the allies, it's definitely a problem for you. You know what I mean? If you are fighting an enemy who gives his allies with his terrain immunity to skills or something like that, that could be actually really difficult to deal with. So that's why I kind of like using them over Guy Kashi, even though I think Guy Kashi is a better kit, because Guy Kashi does make you immune to terrain effects, but if there's no terrain that affects you, then it's just useless. That part of the formation is useless as opposed to Sakura or Tsunade. They just get rid of it completely. I don't gotta worry about it. Whether it hurts me, it helps me, well, whatever. I just get rid of it. Wedding Day Naruto. This Itachi right here. I like him simply for farming. He's like a really good farming unit, for, especially if the Kizuna. And you need to get them to level 25 in order to get their other gear. Really good for that. Kizuna Minato. I think it's pretty good for him right there. Really never actually use him. I only use Naruto. The only time I use him is when I swap over to Naruto because he's taking too much damage. This Conan right here is actually really good. She's like a slept-on unit, but my favorite thing about her is her ability to put everybody that's like Leaf Village affiliation in a sealed state. So her being next to Kakashi would actually be a disgusting team right there. But other than that, I really don't care that much about her. I just like having her just to see if I can get that seal off, because that seal is like really good. Because you can start the battle against Leaf Village units with them, everybody in the team sealed, and you have Kakashi right there. He'll just go straight for the insta kill, and then you'll just wipe the whole team. You want to worry about anything now. If the team has insta kill immunity, then that will be a problem as well. But I haven't run into too many that insta kill immunity. I still insta kill more than not, so I still kind of just now let's move up to A tier. Guy Kashi, still love using them. I use them a lot more now because Sakura Tsunade, I don't really worry about them too much. I use Kid Kakashi. He automatically switches over to his terrain, and it's a terrain lock, so you'll have to destroy his terrain in order to get rid of it. And then with Guy Kashi, they're in their formation helping out, and they're a really good kit, especially with Kakashi's AoE paralysis. That's really good. Itachi, wow. When he first came out, I was like, wow, he's fucking trash. Actually seeing him in action, he is a ceiling monster. Oh my gosh, I was so wrong about this Itachi. Especially Legendary Awakened. He is disgustingly just troublesome to deal with. His terrain is what really makes him fucking irritating. Let me see if it's in here real quick. Let me cover to Itachi. Here he is right here. I just want to look at his terrain. Party speed plus 1000% for 1 turn. Chance to change the terrain to the Sacred Treasure of the Wicked Seal. Chance to ignore resistance and skill dodge and inflict seal. Sacred Treasure of the Wicked Eye. Party damage cut plus 80%. Speed plus 10,000% for 1 turn. 1 attacked enemy. Chance to ignore resistance and skill dodge and inflict seal upon action. Speed limit is set to 1,500. You don't want to have to deal with something like this. It's so much easier just to have Sakura and Tsunade just destroy the terrain, so I gotta worry about this shit anymore. I'm just the damage cut and all this. I'm just not trying to deal with all that party speed. Oh God, no! Leave me alone. Go away. I'm not trying to deal with any of that. I want none of that. And then him constantly just sealing. Oh my God, sealing is gonna be a disgusting thing to go up against. Don't be surprised you start potentialing your units and you start seeing them with more seal. Let me come back over here real quick. Pain, absolute beast. I really did go hard on this Pain, the latest God one that came out, and I could not pull him for the life of me. I still am just like, I don't know how I couldn't pull him. He's removes and immune to positive special to God state to non-Akatsuki enemies, deals 5 additional attacks, 3% plus 200 per Akatsuki ally. You're gonna run the Akatsuki unit on an Akatsuki team, so you don't have to worry about not being able to hit the max on that. And then the second skills will cover a 1.5 million HP to the party, remove disable positive special and God state effect, and grant Akatsuki's will God state to Akatsuki allies. When removed, ignore resistance and inflict the deficit state to a random enemy, grants effects depending on the number of Akatsuki allies alive. Remove an immune against jutsu status effects, negative special state and God state, instant kill immunity, speed plus 300%, damage limit is set to 900,000, high chance to deal 5 additional attacks, dealing 200,000 fixed damage when using this. Like, it does a lot. It does a lot. If you haven't noticed yet, he does a lot. Okay, it does a lot. He instant cast his skill too, so this instantly pops off as soon as he pops in the fucking fight. He has 3 revives. He's seal and jutsu seal immunity, and I just went off about how important or not important, how good sealing is. Pain's just naturally fucking immune to it, so that just stretches out the length of the battle right there. 2-turn skill and fixed damage and enemy terrain immunity. So yay, when attack chance to grant instant action. Oh my gosh, he just stupid. And can you imagine him being completely maxed? He'd be gross to go up against. Naruto I think is pretty good too. I might even bump Pain up in S. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna wait till next tier list and if I see how I feel. Naruto, I'm going to keep Naruto right there, even Legendary Awakened. There's not really a lot of people still running Akatsuki right now, and if they are, they're running Itachi simply for the terrain and the seal. But so it's not really too much Akatsuki. Hinata, I think, is still good. I think the Queen is good. With the Legendary Awakening, she gets a little bit better. She gets more survivability and stuff. But her being single target is why I don't have her like an S tier. I feel like if she wasn't single target, if she was AOE hitting everybody on the team with all these additional attacks, I honestly probably would have bumped her up in the S tier. Conan is actually really good too. If you asked me to make this list a couple of months ago, Conan definitely would have been an S tier. But yeah. Naruto, he has dropped off because of the recent units. The recent units are just fucking ridiculous to go up against. He still is really good though. He still is a monster. Like you have him, he's not bad. It's just with the recent units coming out, he's just ugh. Gar and Tamari. This Gar right here, Kid Gar, is really good in 3. The reason he's so high is because 3v3, you can see who you're fighting, so you can take him into an event. And I have him LP forward. I don't have any potential system as far as like gold framing and rainbow framing, but I do have him LP forward. I was going to showcase him, I just never got around to doing it. But he is very disgusting at LP forward going up against some units that are gods and you can actually see them. He is like, woo! That Sandcoffin Sand Burial crushing every fucking body on the field. Sasuke dropped off. I probably would have had him in S tier, but he dropped off a little bit too because, time passed. He was already being carried by his Legendary Awakening. And with Hashirama coming out and having type advantage against him and not liking Uchihas, that bumps him down. Honestly, if you wanted to bump him down in a B, I wouldn't even be mad at you. Minato and Kushina, they're really good too still. I was using them the other day. They're still solid. This Naruto's good for the damage and healing. The Kakashi, Sasuke is really good too. Status effects, removal, I think. Obito right here. This Naruto's really good. He gave him for free, so he's pretty good for a free unit. These two right here, these two Kaguya's, yeah, they're really good. Legendary Awakened. Then we get to S tier right here. S tier, we got Hashirama and Madara. Oh my, Hashirama is just, he's eating. He is eating. Him, Naruto, and Kakashi are fucking eating. I'm telling you, boy. When I pulled for Hashirama, he came out either in April or May, somewhere around there. I want to say late April, and I still use him on my team to this day. To this day. It's been 6 months, and he is still. That's how you know they made a unit built to last. Hashirama is built to last, boy. I honestly see Hashirama being good all the way up until December. Depending on what Madara does. If Madara comes out and he cucks Hashirama, then maybe I'll have to drop Hashi down. But he still had a really good run. Especially when you factor in he was relevant for almost a year. Now, if Madara's birthday unit comes out and he's not good or completely cucks Hashirama, then I'm probably going to still leave him here. And Hashirama will be going into damn near a year old and he's still out here snatching souls. Madara is really good, but you have to have him max powered. But since it's a max power list, yeah, he's right there. He's good. Naruto, his fucking jutsu ceiling is stupid. You're never gonna get a chance to attack, and he's gonna be doing. He's actually a really good option for the Orochimaru event. If you haven't seen that latest video, he's a really good option because of the additionals, the jutsu ceiling. He's stupid. Fucking just stupid. Look, inflicts jutsu seal and states if there's a non-5 village enemy, which is which probably gonna be fighting a lot if you're just picking an enemy. 7 additional attacks. If there's a non-5 village enemy, deal 10 additional attacks. Jutsu seal skill is disabled. Recovered HP skill damage is 120% per party. Remove disabled positive special and God state effect of 5 village grants true ideal God state true ideal speed plus 1000% for 1 turn. When removed, grants effects depending on the number of 5 village allies alive. removing immune to Genjutsu status effects, negative special on God State, chance to grant an extra turn, great immortality and fixed damage immunity, high chance for skills to deal type advantage to non-5 enemies. Then you got, oh my gosh, revive plus 3, HP and speed plus 100% per 5 village ally for a max of 500%. Oh my god, for 2 turns, remove an immune to illusion when attacked. He does a fucking lot, okay? He just does a lot. And LP, he's just stupid to deal with. Almost annoying. I would honestly say he is annoying. Kakashi, I've gawked about Kakashi enough. You guys know how much I love Kakashi. Being able to paralyze, being able to seal, being able to insta-kill, his terrain, everything about him, I like it. His whole little kit, I just enjoy it. Sasuke, he's one of those units, he's carried really hard by his LP as well. Without his LP, I think he'd be down here in B. But with it, he's down here in S. Because with the terrain, and terrain coming back into more usability, because you got like Kid Hashi, you got not Kid Hashirama, but Kid Naruto now, Kizuna Naruto now, and then a little bit of other units. Terrains are starting to come back more into usability, so that's another reason I like him a little bit better. But if you're not gonna go for just straight whale mode for him, I wouldn't worry about it. Now Kakashi and Obito, I feel like you don't have to go whale mode for them at all. Like if it, even with this tier list being at, you know, max power, I still keep them in S even if they weren't maxed out. I don't have mine maxed out, and they're still really fucking good. Really good. I mean, hell, Kakashi alone, he's sealing with his first skill AoE, and then if you pair him alongside Kid Kakashi, you go straight for the insta killer, you're good. The Kizuna Kakashi is fucking disgusting. I like him a lot better than Obito. If I had to pick one to be in S tier, I would pick Kakashi. Obito I would drop down in A tier if I had to pick. But Obito's not bad either. Don't sleep on Obito. Izuna max power, he's really just disgusting as well for none. Minato's really good too. He's really good. He's the best free unit they gave us for Granny Cat. Not Granny Cat, but Konohamaru missions. This Obito right here, he's another unit I would have down here in the B if it wasn't for a Legendary Awakening. Sakura as well. She's good because her S. Not S, but because of her Legendary Awakening. I would have her down here in B instead of S, is what I meant to say. Kaguya is really good too. I really love Kaguya. She completely cucks terrains. You don't have to worry about a terrain at all because of her formation. And she does a lot of damage. And she helps out the team tremendously. So I really like Kaguya. I really still like Kaguya. I don't use her as much because I don't have a super powerful nun type team. But if I did have a super powerful nun type team, I would use her. Now that leaves us with the last, 3 units that came out. The Kizuna, Naruto's, and Minato. Minato's really good. I don't know how good he'd be max power. I think I need a little bit more, I guess research with him. I guess you could say, I don't have him. So, me playing with the friends list and, user experience and user reviews, I guess you could say, before I could judge him too harshly. But I'm going to put him in A right now. Maybe B, because I don't really see him being used anywhere else. But in the Orochimaru mission, he's really good. He's like one of the best units you could take. But I don't know. Max power, I don't know. I'll definitely have to think about that one. Don't hold me to the Minato one. I'm not 100% confident on that one. I'm not 100% confident on that one. But we'll revisit this, like I said, next month. Alright, now, the two Narutos. 6 Paths Naruto, I'm automatically putting in S tier. Automatically. He's fucking awesome. Just stupid, broken unit. Oh my fucking gosh, he's so good. Best unit in the game. The only unit that's better than the best unit in this game is super best unit in the game. Super awesome Omega best unit in the game. And that would have to be this kid Naruto. And I'm not putting him in S tier. Oh no. He's a tier above S tier, baby. He's a tier above it. He's a tier fucking above it. Guess what tier he is? He's Soul Snatcher tier, baby. This Naruto right here is just stupid. Oh my goodness. Let's look at him again. I know I put up his abilities probably like 3 or 4 times in the last video, but let's pull it up again. He's so fucking good. Holy shit. Inflict seal status, effect and distraction special state. Deal 4 additional attacks doing 3%. Own past special state, remove disable positive special and God state effect, always hit, distraction, high chance to cancel action per turn, own pass speed plus 150, skill damage plus 200% per turn for a max of 600%. Then he recovers 5 million HP, attack and skill damage plus 200% to self, so that's more skill damage and speed, not skill damage and speed, but more skill damage and HP and attack. Then he grants the protection special state to the party. That's more speed for the party for 1000% for one turn. He grants the shadow clone unique state to himself. Protection, remove and immune to debuff, status effects, negative special state, and a shadow clone when he's using a skill. Activate Naruto Uzumaki Barrage equal to the number of counters on the shadow clone counter. Remove and immune to seal, jutsu seal, illusion, negative special state, and God state. Damage cut plus 80% for a max of 2. Jesus fuck, you're not gonna be. First of all, you're gonna find it very hard to hurt this fucking Naruto. And then the leader skill is Konan speed plus 300%, 3 turns instant kill immunity, and cast speed plus 3. First of all, this nigga is probably the fastest unit in the game, just off that alone. He's probably the fastest unit in the game. Actually, he may not be the fastest. It may be this 6-pass Naruto. Let me see. Yeah, it may be, because I think, like, if I remember correctly looking at them on my game, I think the 6-pass Naruto had, like, a little bit more speed than this Naruto right here. But they're still probably, since they're the Kizuna, and I guess you could say they're together. But, the speed is over 3,000. It's, like, I think 3,100. It's something stupid. It's ridiculous amounts of speed, ridiculous amounts of cast speed, ridiculous amounts of skill damage. And that's not even a crazy part about this Naruto that's just so fucking good. Just stupidly good. He grants the Shadow Clone unique state to start a battle when rotating. Revive plus 4, remove negative special on God state party per turn. Instant kill immunity. High chance to remove specials, not special, but status effects and grant instant action to the party when attacked. Grant Will of Bond unique state to party. High chance to grant first strike. So he automatically has first strike, and he has grant Will of Bond unique state to party. If that is correct, and he's granting a Will of Bond unique state to the party, that's actually crazy, because that's what the 6-pass Naruto's unique state was. And if we go to his, the Will of Bond, the unique state is Will of Bond, enemy formation nullified, damage limit is set to 700,000, and high chance to grant instant action when attacked, HP and chakra regen plus 30%. Now, when your damage limit is set to 700,000, it doesn't matter if you got these crazy high LP units that are doing all this fucking big dick daddy damage. The damage limit is set, so you can't go past it. And because it's a unique state, you can't remove it. Unique states you can't remove. There's not a unit in the game right now that can remove unique states. And since unique states can't be removed, they put you in just this incredible tier of fucking power, because you can't remove them and you can't do anything about them. So you got hit with something that is just completely cucking you. You got hit with something that is like, that bond state is stupid. Like, setting, like, enemy formation being nullified and damage limit being set to 700,000 and high chance to grant instant action when attacked. That's so fucking insane. And then this 6-pass Naruto also jutsu seals. So he's almost like fucking, I damn near want to say he's like fucking the 6-pass Naruto right here on steroids almost. Actually, I'm gonna bump both of them up into Soul Snatcher tier. What the fuck? I'm putting them both here. They're both so fucking good. Holy shit. Thank God they're like a Kizuna. I can swap over to them whenever I want to. I haven't even mentioned their potential system. And their potential system, because they're the first 9-9 unit, they have an extra gear slot. So they have 6 gear slots instead of fucking 5. So now you have an extra gear slot, which means you can put more stats and more power into them, more utility into their unit. That's a 1 plus for them. Their potential system is bigger now, so now there's more wailing you have to do. But on the flip side, you increase their power so much that you can make it so they're constantly hitting their Kizuna skill. They're constantly getting it off. I've already done it. I've dropped their cost down to 30, and I want 1 or more dupe at least, just so I can drop their cost to 30, and I won't have to worry about not being able to take even a bunch of units into 3v, and not the 3v3, but PvP. And then the cost reduction crystal, the cost reduction crystals. You can use those crystals now to reduce the amount it takes to fill up your Kizuna gauge, and you can also reduce the counter. Usually it counters about 10 before you can switch back over to another Kizuna character. You can also reduce that with them, with their potential system now. So now they can switch back and forth faster. and which means you're going to be keeping, which means that unique state is going to happen. You're going to get the unique state off. So you're switching back and forth constantly. You can reduce their Kizuna skill gauge, or how much it takes to fill it up, so you're going to be constantly landing that Kizuna skill. You're getting more stats out of them because they've been further expanded upon their potential system. You could drop their cost to 30, which means you can run like an amazing, disgustingly overpowered Leaf Village team. Their unique states are absolutely disgusting. You're especially the red Naruto, because if he gets Will of Bond and his own unique state, Shadow Clone unique state, oh my god, that's stupid in itself. Then you got the extra gear slots, so there's more utility into them. These motherfuckers are just stupid. Like, I don't know what they was on crack when they made this. I wanted Birthday Naruto to be good, and they definitely lived up to my expectations. They definitely lived up to the hype. This dude is absolutely just, ooh, Jesus, Mary Mother of God, he's just crazy. He's insane. Just an absolutely insane unit. Don't know how they're going to top it. I don't even think they're going to be able to top it till Anniversary. They won't be able to top this. They can't. There's no way they could top this. There's no way. I would be so surprised if they top this. I don't know how they're going to do it, but whatever. If they do it, cool. But that's gonna be it for this video right here, guys. Like I said, this video felt a little bit more all over the place. Next video will be a lot better, and I'll have more units on here because I'm probably missing some. But to be honest, they probably would have been in B tier or maybe even A tier anyway. So I like I said, I wanted to get the heavy hitters out of the way because I noticed what people really were had questions about. So this is the newest tier list. Like I said, I'll update it now next time. But that's going to be it for this video right here, guys. You guys like this video? You want to see more? Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. All that bullshit. This be your boy BlazeHood. Peace out.